I am ready to put on a show. It is pronounced Shusage. The most terrifying stand made in heaven. So, if I'm correct, right, Made in Heaven is made. Wait, I thought Made in Heaven. That was Pucci stand, isn't it? Isn't that what Pucci had used to reset the entire JoJo universe back to zero? If I'm correct, I think Dio over Heaven. Someone said that's not even canon, which is crazy. Yeah, I think Made in Heaven. That's the one to reset the entire universe back to zero, right? This video is actually requested to me, not this video specifically, but this channel was requested to me by a viewer. Thank you so much for requesting me this channel. I got you, my guy. So I don't want to spend you guys' time. Shoot the subscribe button. After all that, we can get straight into the video.
Subjective is the word I would probably use. It could be Star Platinum's ability to stop time, or King Crimson's ability to erase time, or the hand's ability to erase anything with the swipe of its right hand. But personally, for me, I think it's Made in Heaven. And I'm just saying, that motherfucker's scary. And it's totally
okay, so I can tell you right now, my guess of what Made in Heaven was actually wrong. But I'm new. Give me time.
Made in Heaven's lower half is a horse, and it looks like an abomination. But its ability to accelerate time. It's kind of a weird subject to talk about, because accelerating time is a very abstract and supernatural way of powering up your villains. But first, we gotta talk about the user, because without the user, what's the
Wait, was I right?
Weird-ass ghost thing? Which is a perfect description for stands. Weird. Pucci is a black priest that had very
I was right
with Dio, and eventually made a plan to reset the universe and make it perfect. And he had
I was right. It is what I thought it was.
Bang his sister without knowing, because they were separated at birth. So Pucci tried to stop the relationship between Weather Report and his sister, but it completely went south side because Pucci got the KKK involved, and well,
excuse me? What do you mean? What does he mean you got the KKK involved? Why? Why did... I'm sorry. What? What? Okay.
It ended up killing his sister and giving his brother a stand, and it just became a hell of a family drama event. And due to this event, Pucci just kind of drove himself closer to Dio, causing the Made in Heaven plan to be created. And Made in Heaven was a thing. So yeah, good explanation? Question mark?
What the fuck is the explanation?
Explanation on who Pucci is as a person, and I'll probably explain more as the video goes on. We're finally going to talk about his ultimate stand, Made in Heaven. He's terrifying. Just the raw energy he gives off is just fearsome. So explaining Made in Heaven's ability is kind of weird, because at first you think, oh, that's how it works, and then you reread it again and you're like, I had that totally wrong. So during your first read through of Made in Heaven's ability, you probably think it has the ability to reset the universe through speed, being able to go so fast that
yeah. That's exactly what the fuck it is, right?
Going away is probably the best description I would give to it. And just with one manga panel, I completely had my thought process renewed. Basically, Pucci says this, and I quote, "It's finally complete, the power of gravity." Reading this one quote makes Made in Heaven's ability way deeper than it actually is. Made in Heaven's ability, in actuality, is a supernatural black hole. So of course, I have to back up my reasoning with facts to prove this statement.
I definitely was not getting black hole from Made in Heaven, but I'm gonna hope you're gonna explain. So
actually, pretty easy to. How does time work in a black hole? To a distant observer, clocks near a black hole would appear to tick more slowly than those further away from a black hole. This effect would also be called gravitational time dilation. With that short little definition on how time works in a black hole, and you start connecting things back to Pucci, Made in Heaven starts to look more like a black hole because, well, everything around Pucci doesn't age, but everything farther away starts to.
Okay, well that kind of makes sense.
But then starts to pick up almost immediately. Counter argument I can see people saying is, isn't Pucci moving super fast? Doesn't that make sense that, you know, his speed's making everything around him, you know, slow down or go faster? Well, actually no. The thing about black holes are moving super fucking fast. Like, incredibly fast. So it would totally make sense if Pucci was the center of gravity as being a black hole himself. It would be of a reasonable estimate to assume that he can move as fast as a black hole.
Oh, so Pucci's acting as that black hole.
So what I'm basically trying to say here is Made in Heaven equals a black hole, but it's a little bit more unique. It seems to be supernatural in a way, due to the fact that anything far away that's inanimate seems to decay a lot faster than things are alive, if you understand that. And anything that's, you know, alive next to him doesn't seem to be affected by the whole, you know, decaying or rotting or like erasing away. Example, Emporio. He was super close to Pucci and wasn't affected at all. Everything else around the world that wasn't close to Pucci soon
with this being the explanation of this is starting to make a little bit of sense to me.
And remember here, Made in Heaven is so powerful with its supernatural black hole-like ability, it made Time Stop, yes, Time Stop, Jotaro's Time Stop, completely almost weak, pathetic even. It only had a time stop of 4 seconds. It got reduced. It got nerfed again. And that wasn't even by the writer. It was by another stand user, dude. So going all back to the title of this video, I feel like the reason Made in Heaven is so terrifying to me at a cosmic horror level of writing, I'd probably define it as, is that once you look at it and, you know, start to feel the effects of this stand's power, you get scared. Like, just imagine it. You're spending time with your family or doing something you like, and all of a sudden everything around you starts to crumble, fade away as the stars and the sun look like they're bending. Is that not scary just to think about that? I know
when you put it like that, because I was thinking in my mind that there has to be like a couple other stands that's scarier. But when you put it like that, yeah, that is true. Like, imagine just chilling and you literally are like seeing the world in. I wouldn't know how the fuck to respond back, to be honest with you, if I saw that bullshit going on, really.
For a YouTube video with a channel with 20 subscribers, but like, isn't that wild? Just to see everything you know and love just go within an instant. It's kind of crazy. And, you know, there might be a chance that you die and you don't remember anything. A sweet death, in fact. But then possibility of you surviving into that next universe without you fully knowing what the hell just happened. You're in a new world. You don't know anything. You see people you recognize and stuff, but they all call you by different names. They don't have the same names. They look the same, but they're not. It's kind of like being...
The more detail you put it into, the more it starts to make sense why it's the scariest ability.
It's just kind of scary, you know? Kind of fearful.
Okay, well, when you put it like that, sir, Made in Heaven for the aspect is pretty terrifying. Just to literally just be chilling, and then next minute you're in a whole nother fucking universe. There's different movies where they depict characters going to a whole other universe. I don't think they really showcase the realism about how terrifying it is to be in another universe, bro. Because you don't know what in that universe is allowed, what isn't allowed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't know how the laws of reality works in the universe. Yeah, Made in Heaven probably is pretty terrifying. I'm glad to know that I had a general idea about what it was. And it does make sense that it acts as a black hole and not just like some random time shifting ability, to be honest. Yeah, it was a really good video. Comments down below. What do y'all think is the most terrifying stand? And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. This is help me, but it helps you too. YCC content symbolism. You guys did subscribe, man. Appreciate it. If you guys didn't, I guess we'll part ways. Either way, I go out, man, keep it easy, and I'm gone. Peace.
That's all it is, man. Leap of faith.